This is the truth about why most people fail. Listen closely, because today you're about to hear the unfiltered truth, the raw, unvarnished reality about why most people never taste the greatness they so desperately crave. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm not here to comfort you in mediocrity. I'm here to awaken something inside of you, something fierce, something unstoppable. You see, failure isn't some grand event. It's not some dramatic collapse or catastrophic moment that ends dreams in an instant. No, failure is subtle. It's quiet. It sneaks into your life through small choices made day after day, tiny compromises that slowly strip away your power. Failure happens in those silent moments when you choose comfort over courage, convenience over commitment, distraction over discipline. It grows in the shadows, fed by indecision, nurtured by excuses, until one day you wake up and realize you've settled. You've settled for a life that's far beneath your potential. You've settled for just existing rather than truly living. Ask yourself this question: are you here just to survive, or are you here to thrive? Most people say they want success, but deep down they're terrified of the responsibility success demands. They're terrified of the sacrifices it requires, the pain it demands, the commitment it exacts. And because of this fear, they choose comfort zones that suffocate their dreams. The brutal truth is that most people don't fail because of lack of talent, lack of resources, or even lack of opportunity. Most people fail because they lack a burning desire. They lack hunger. They lack purpose. And above all else, they lack belief. Belief is your weapon. Belief is your shield. Belief is your guiding star through the darkest nights. Without belief, you are defenseless. Without belief, every setback is crushing, every obstacle insurmountable. But when you truly believe, when every fiber of your being is aligned with your purpose, there's no barrier too great, no challenge too overwhelming, no defeat that can hold you down. Henry Ford, the man who revolutionized transportation and changed the world forever, once said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." Understand this deeply. Your life right now is exactly what you believe it can be. Your limitations are self-imposed. Your ceilings are self-built. Your chains are self-forged. You hold the keys to the cage you've trapped yourself in, and the moment you truly believe in your limitless potential is the moment you break free. So why are you still trapped? Because most people never clearly define what they want. They wander aimlessly, hoping success will somehow find them. Success doesn't find you. You chase it relentlessly. Success is attracted to clarity and precision. If you cannot articulate your vision with clarity, you will never possess it with certainty. Most people fail because they live vague, unfocused lives. They dabble, they hesitate, they drift. They spread their energy thin and wonder why nothing substantial grows. But here's the good news. Clarity is within your reach. It demands introspection. It demands courage. It demands that you confront the harsh truths about yourself, your habits, your mindset, your beliefs. It demands brutal honesty. And yes, honesty is painful, but pain is a necessary companion on the journey to greatness. Pain sharpens you. Pain strengthens you. Pain prepares you. Every legend you've ever admired, from Thomas Edison and his countless trials to Walt Disney facing rejection after rejection, embraced pain as an ally. They understood that success is not about avoiding discomfort. It's about leaning into it, embracing it, and using it to fuel their relentless pursuit. Are you willing to face that discomfort? Are you willing to embrace pain in the service of your purpose? Are you willing to do whatever it takes, no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it gets? Because most people aren't. Most people give up at the first sign of difficulty. Most people trade long-term greatness for short-term relief. But you aren't most people. You can't afford to be. If you're listening to this right now, something inside you refuses to settle. Something deep inside you knows that you're meant for more. That voice you hear, that whisper, that roar, is your destiny calling. It's time to answer it. It's time to rise above the excuses, rise above the doubt, rise above the fear. It's time to declare with absolute conviction that you will no longer be held captive by your past, your circumstances, or your limiting beliefs. Today is the day you choose differently. Most people wander through life blindfolded, hoping to stumble upon wealth, joy, fulfillment, and significance. But hope without deliberate, disciplined action is nothing more than a wish whispered into the wind. They drift from day to day, working for the weekend, living for a vacation, praying for retirement, always delaying happiness for tomorrow, because today feels too heavy, too tiring, too difficult to face. They've forgotten the profound truth that Napoleon Hill and countless others before him have echoed through generations. What your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Look deeply into the stories of history's greatest minds, the titans who shaped civilization, who built empires, who lifted humanity higher, and you will see the same thread woven into their tapestry. Their success wasn't born from luck, chance, or circumstance. Their triumph was cultivated from a singular, burning obsession, a definitive purpose that illuminated their every step. Edison did not stumble into the electric light bulb. He was driven by an unwavering clarity of vision. He saw the world not as it was, dim and limited by candlelight, but as it could be, brightened by his dream. 10,000 failed attempts did nothing to extinguish his flame of belief, because each failure wasn't a setback, but a step closer to mastery. Consider Andrew Carnegie, a poor Scottish immigrant whose dreams dwarf the poverty he was born into. Carnegie possessed an unstoppable vision. He imagined himself not as the humble mill worker he was, but as the king of industry he could become. Every day he fueled his purpose with the conviction that greatness was within him, even if the world could not yet see it. He knew the truth so many failed to grasp. Success begins in the theater of the mind, long before it manifests into reality. Ask yourself honestly, what images dominate your thoughts? Do you entertain visions of your limitations, your failures, your inadequacies? Or do you visualize the life you truly want, the success, joy, abundance, and freedom you deserve? The universe is indifferent to your suffering or success. It merely responds to the clarity of your intention. Your mind is fertile soil. What you plant grows without prejudice. Plant seeds of doubt, and you will reap failure. Plant seeds of purpose, of possibility, of unwavering faith, and you will harvest greatness. Yet, clarity of vision alone is not enough. Vision must be coupled with decisive, disciplined action. Here lies another reason most people fail. They mistake busy for productive, action for achievement. The world is filled with movement, but lacks direction. Imagine a ship without a compass, lost at sea, tossed by every storm. It moves constantly, but never reaches its intended port. And the same applies to human life without clearly defined goals. Activity is not accomplishment. Effort without focus is merely wasted energy. Walt Disney, the man who envisioned a world where imagination ruled supreme, did not achieve his dreams merely by wishing upon a star. Every morning he rose before the sun, dedicated to turning his vibrant mental visions into concrete reality. Even when others laughed, dismissed, and labeled him a foolish dreamer, he pressed forward with disciplined action. He didn't allow external ridicule to dictate his internal belief. And what was once mocked as impossible is now a legacy that continues to enchant millions. Look around you today, the dreamers who became doers, the ordinary who became extraordinary, never allowed the opinions of others to cloud their purpose. They understood something most never grasp. Your worth is never determined by external validation, but by the internal standards you set. Raise your standards, and your life inevitably rises with them. Yet so many people live their entire lives chained to the false comfort of mediocrity, shackled by fear, constrained by doubt, enslaved by uncertainty. They tiptoe safely toward death, never truly daring to live. They cling desperately to their comfort zones, blind to the fact that comfort is the enemy of greatness. Comfort breeds complacency, and complacency kills dreams. You cannot soar while hugging the ground. To reach heights never attained, you must willingly step into uncertainty. You must embrace discomfort, welcome failure as an ally, not an enemy, and march bravely into the unknown. Understand this truth deeply. Growth does not happen in the ease of familiarity. Growth occurs only when you dare to step beyond your comfort zone, into the uncertainty, the chaos, the fear of the unknown. It is there, in the uncomfortable, that your real power lies waiting, untapped and unlimited. Every great success story was written in the ink of courage, resilience, and daring. The only way to avoid failure is to do nothing, risk nothing, and be nothing. Yet even then, you've already failed because you betrayed your own potential. True achievement demands sacrifice. It demands discipline, persistence, resilience. But above all, it demands that you stand unflinching in the face of adversity. Abraham Lincoln faced failure after failure before becoming one of the greatest presidents America ever knew. Defeat followed him everywhere he went. Lost elections, failed businesses, family tragedies. But each setback sharpened his resolve. He understood that adversity wasn't punishment. It was preparation. Every hardship he endured forged the strength he needed to guide a divided nation towards unity. When life tests you, and it will, you must decide how you'll respond. Will you let setbacks define you, diminish you, defeat you, or will you let them mold you, refine you, elevate you? The difference between the successful and those who fail lies entirely in their response to setbacks. Those who rise because they choose resilience over surrender. They choose courage over comfort. They choose relentless faith over momentary doubt. Your life right now is precisely the sum total of every decision you've made until today. If you want a different outcome, start making different decisions. Refuse to blame circumstances, luck, or other people for where you are. Take ownership. Embrace responsibility. The moment you stop blaming others, you take back your power. No matter how difficult your situation, there's always something within your control. Your mindset, your choices, your actions, these are your ultimate tools for transformation. It's time to accept a powerful truth. Nobody is coming to save you. Your life will not magically change by waiting for external conditions to shift. Your dreams will not manifest themselves without focused, relentless effort. You alone hold the power to redefine your story. So take that power into your hands, grip it tightly, and refuse to let go. Right now, declare with absolute conviction, no longer will you drift passively through life. No longer will you settle for average when greatness is within your reach. No longer will you abandon your dreams to fear and doubt. From this moment forward, commit to mastery of yourself, clarity of your vision, and discipline in your action. The universe rewards boldness. Fortune favors those who dare greatly, those who push forward despite fear, who persevere beyond pain. If you want more, become more. Elevate your thoughts, clarify your purpose, and let your actions reflect the greatness already waiting within you. This is the truth about why most people fail, and why you no longer have to be one of them. Listen closely, because today you're about to hear the unfiltered truth, the raw, unvarnished reality about why most people never taste the greatness they so desperately crave. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm not here to comfort you in mediocrity. I'm here to awaken something inside of you, something fierce, something unstoppable. You see, failure isn't some grand event. It's not some dramatic collapse or catastrophic moment that ends dreams in an instant. No, failure is subtle, it's quiet. It sneaks into your life through small choices made day after day, tiny compromises that slowly strip away your power. Failure happens in those silent moments when you choose comfort over courage, convenience over commitment, distraction over discipline. It grows in the shadows, fed by indecision, nurtured by excuses, until one day you wake up and realize you've settled. You've settled for a life that's far beneath your potential. You've settled for just existing rather than truly living.